AITA? My wife, 26F, told me we lost our baby at 12 weeks. She cried until her mascara ran, showed me a hospital wristband, and kept repeating that the doctor said it was complications she couldn't stop. She was so devastated that I did everything I could. I booked counseling, stopped bringing up work, made soup every night, and tried to hold her together. It didn't feel like a lie. It felt like grief /n but after a few weeks, I noticed something that didn't fit grief. There was a smell in our house, antiseptic mixed with wet earth. Like the air itself had been sanitized and buried at the same time. I asked if she'd been cleaning somewhere, and she snapped that I was obsessing. Still, I started hearing tiny thumps at night. Not loud. Not like pipes. More like soft, irregular knocks, like breathing behind a surface /n I tried to tell myself it was anxiety. My wife had always been sensitive. Then one night I woke up to the sound of a plastic bag crinkling. I sat up, and in the dim light I saw her moving carefully, like she was carrying something fragile. When she noticed me, she froze. Then she smiled too quickly and said, "I am just organizing. Go back to sleep." /n the next morning, I asked to see the hospital paperwork again. She acted offended, like I was insulting her suffering. "You believe strangers more than me," she said. She refused to show me records, refused to let me contact the clinic, and insisted that if I kept digging, I was going to damage her mental health /n then I found the hatch. /NWE have a crawlspace under the house with a small locked hatch I had never paid attention to. But one morning without any warning it was there, freshly dusted around the edges. Like something had been opened and closed recently. My heart started pounding, and I felt sick, but I also felt stupid for not checking sooner. I tried the lock with my keys. Nothing. It was definitely not my lock /n so I waited until she left for an appointment she claimed she had. I pried open the hatch and crawled into the crawlspace, flashlight in my mouth, and hands shaking so badly I could barely aim the light. The first thing I saw was hospital-style blankets, folded and stacked like someone had prepared a drawer. Under them was a plastic tote, sealed with tape /n the tape had a label of /n her handwriting /n her name /n na date /n nat first. I thought it might be baby clothes. Or keepsakes. I told myself to stay logical, to stay calm, because I was afraid that if I panicked, I would ruin everything and never prove anything. I opened the tote /n it wasn't empty /n I 1 go into every detail, but what I found was heavy in a way that instantly turned my stomach. It was cold. Too cold. It felt like something preserved rather than mourned /n I backed out of the crawlspace and threw up in the yard /n when my wife came home, I confronted her. She didn't deny it at first. She got angry. She said I invaded her privacy. Then she said she couldn't believe I thought she'd do something like that. When I told her I had the label in the blankets, her face changed. She started crying again, but it was different. Less grief. More performance /n I called the clinic. They had no record of her visit /n I called the police /n now she's acting like I am the villain. Her family says she's traumatized and that grief makes people do strange things. Some of my friends agree with them you should be compassionate, they say. Others call me a coward for doubting my own instincts /n I can stop replaying it. I kissed her forehead. I bought baby supplies. I told her it would be okay. And now I am stuck wondering how long she planned for me not to see /n AITA for pressing charges instead of letting her tell her story.